Yo, what's up, YouTube? This is Talking Crazy 88 back again with another podcast for you. Woo! I had about 12 hours to think about that whole situation that happened at the Oscars 24 hours ago. But first, I just had to go through a long day of work, working on returns, resolving IRS issues, and all that bullshit. But I don't want to talk about that. What I really want to talk to you guys about, I get, I just want to talk a little bit more about that Will Smith situation, man. This morning I was just waking up. I was up at 3:30 in the morning, and I just barely had my coffee, and did the podcast right around 5:30 in the morning. As soon as I saw that Will Smith slapped the shit out of Chris Rock, a comedian. All right, and I have to say this. This was a bad look on Will Smith. All right, about and I was listening to a whole lot of podcasts, a whole lot of streams and podcasts regarding this situation. And I'm going to put my funky 2 cents in. I already did it this morning, but I'm just going to speak the real. This was a bad look to see a successful black man and another successful black man having conflict on a national stage, on a worldwide stage, the Oscars. Remember about 5 years ago when everybody was in a nigger outrage? Not me, because I don't watch that bullshit. I never have, and I never will. All right? I don't watch that bullshit. I could care less about it. A lot of y'all do. That's cool. Hey, I have my own interest. I love football. I love the NFL season. The USFL is coming up real soon. I'm going to be watching football all year round, motherfuckers. That's my thing. That's what I'm going to talk about if I choose to talk about it on my podcast. I can choose to talk about whatever the fuck. Excuse me. The algorithm. I can't cuss. I got to watch my mouth. But like I said, I could talk about whatever I want to on my podcast, okay, on my live stream. I usually do podcasts. I tape it, get it out, post it up. But now I'm just doing live streams now because I'm just too goddamn busy to go ahead and do a podcast. I got a whole lot of crap going on. All right. Like I said before, that was a bad look. Now, 99% are saying I agree with. So I'm just reiterating what the general public has said. I want to refer to the 1% who think Will Smith is a G. He's a gangster. Willie from Philly, like another pot YouTuber who I refer to as Fishmouth from New York. See, this brother is on some. Listen to his podcast. He speaks the real, but he speaks it on the street edge kind of podcast, which is almost like juvenile. See, when you're at a certain age, you got to get away from that streets. Okay, there's some maturity that goes that you either develop over time, or it gets developed over time. See, you're not a 20-year-old. You're not expected to be mature or have the wisdom as a 40-year-old. So you got to remember, these men, Chris Rock and Will Smith, they're either in their approaching their 50s or they're in their 50s. I know Chris Rock, he's pushing 60. He's not gonna be fighting on no goddamn stage like a nigga. The fuck is wrong with you people out here who actually applaud this, who defend this bullshit? What this man had, Will Smith, this man has some issues. Okay, he has issues that none of us. I'm a regular guy. I can never fathom his issues, what he's going through. He's the same. It may be the same shit he's going through that I'm going through, the same pressures of life that he's going through, except he has a little bit more money and fame. Okay. He has a wife that put their personal marital business out on the street and nobody checked that bitch. Yes, I'm gonna put your wife's name in my mouth, man, because you need to hear this. All your brothers need to hear this. All right. You don't see this shit anywhere else except in this country, where the women, this is a matriarchal society. This is a pro LGBTQ, pro-feminist country. It has turned this way over the last 40, 50 goddamn years. Okay? And look at where we are. Shahrazad Ali predicted this shit from the 80s. All right? I read that book. Jada Pinkett Smith is the woman that personifies the woman that Shahrazad Ali is talking about, that black men should avoid. This man is going through some issues. I wouldn't be surprised if he put a gun to his head and blow his fucking brains out. Okay? Or hang himself like Robin Williams, even though he did it because he didn't want to go through dementia. He lost most of his fortune and he's going through dementia. And he killed himself. Rather than go through all that pain and all that suffering, he might as well just take himself out. I fear that's what's going to happen to this brother. Okay? This should not be celebrated. What happened 24 hours ago should not be lauded. It should not be celebrated. Striking a man over a joke? When this woman actually embarrassed you on a worldwide stage? This is a black woman that embarrassed a black man. And you're up here talking about, and all these stupid ass bitches are always talking about, hey man, that is so sexy. He stood up for his woman. What I said this morning is that you should not be speaking on another man's wife, okay, without any retribution. Now, it may sound illogical from what I said this morning to what I'm saying right now, but you don't speak on another man's wife. You should be checked. That doesn't mean you walk up to another man and lay hands on him. Because let me tell you something. I'm damn near 50. I'm not fighting with a nigga on the street. Whether it's a white nigga, a black nigga, a spick nigga, or a Hindu nigga, a Chinese nigga, a Japanese nigga, I'm not fighting with no nigga in the street over no goddamn woman, even if it is my wife. If somebody says something to me about you know what? Let me take that back. I want you to look up a guy named Dan Pena. He's this crazy little spick who's a so-called billionaire, beaner, made his fortune in the oil industry, and now he's running around. He bought a castle out in England, or wherever it is, where he holds training events for young, bold, budding billionaires out there. And all he does, all of this little beaner does, is just yell at people all goddamn day long, call him a meathead, call him a meatball. I look up his website. There's a quiz on there, and then one of the questions on that quiz is that there's 4 options. What if a man had said something disrespectful to your girlfriend? Do you A, say something to him, tell him to chill out, yell at him, walk away, or take a knife and stab him, or go upside his head, or stab, if you have a knife on you, stab him? He chose the last question. That's why I have to take that back. Because we don't live in a society. I'm not saying what Will Smith did was right or wrong. You have no right to put but in this case, he was out of line. Chris Rock did not say anything disrespectful towards his wife. Okay, it was just a joke. It was an off-color joke. It was a bad joke, but it was a joke. When you're in this industry, when you're in certain industries, when you're in that life, you kind of have to expect. Okay, you have to expect. I've never been in that life. I don't know. I'm just a regular guy. Okay, but I've been to many comedy shows where, I'm look forward to being, because I'm just such an easy target. Comedians always, I make their show because I'm such a good I'm a target, and I'm a good sport. I don't take it personal. This man was going through some things. This man is going through some things. All right, he's going through some things that I can't even imagine. Now, I can understand if Chris Rock had made a joke, a joke that was in poor taste, that was vulgar. And then you gotta lay hands on a nigga. Then you gotta lay hands on a motherfucker. But he didn't say anything. He didn't say anything disrespectful. He didn't say anything crazy. He made a joke. But everybody else is cheering, is applauding this. This is nothing to be applauded about. And you dumb nigga bitches out here, you should be looking down on what Will Smith did. You should be reaching out to him and say, hey man, you need some help, my brother. You need some help. You better get some therapy. That was nothing. You did this on a worldwide stage. He may recover from it, but this is a black guy. This is going to set him back. What kind of an example? You know what? It kind of tells me this is the example, that black men in this country. This is an example of black men going in spiraling downhill. The image is going downhill for black men in this country. Where go to a comedy club, somebody says something inappropriate. Now, I'm not a fan of the comedians roasting the spectators. I'm not a fan of it. But that's what you expect. That's what I expect when I go into a comedy club. Okay? I'm not a fan of anybody going up the stage and confronting the comedian and trying to go upside his head. Because believe me, I'm damn near 50. All right. I'm not fighting with you. I'm not reasoning with you. You got one time for me to reason with you before the 22 comes out. And I don't give a fuck. And before you start saying black on black crime, save that pro-black Back to Africa bullshit. Save it for a prison nigger that's just coming out of jail, prison, all right? Save it for the Dr. Umar Johnson disciple, all right? Save it for that. I'm pro black men, and I think that black men in this country should get their passports and get the fuck out of here. But if you can't leave, and I've been saying this for the last 11 years, the image of black men has to change. We can't let the pookies run around controlling the image of black men, because that's what Will Smith personified. He personified the image of a pookie simp. This is what a simp personified. Will Smith, a simp. O.J. Simpson, simp. Okay? Excuse me, alleged simp. We don't know if he killed his wife. I don't know. That's an example of what a simp move is. You just saw a simp move. A simp move. You didn't see a pimp up there. That was a simp slap. You walked up on a man doing his job, and you lay hands on him because he made a bad joke about your wife, hair falling out, a medical condition that nobody was really aware of. I don't even think he was aware of it. It was a joke. Okay? It was a bad joke. It was a joke in poor taste, but it was a joke. Nobody died. Feelings got hurt, maybe, but nobody died. But this is what we've come to in this country for black Americans. The black Americans, especially black American males, we are in the abyss of decade. We just fall into the abyss of decadence. We're decaying. Okay? We even got the tethers out here replacing us. We're being replaced. I'm being replaced by Caribbean and African. And they're the biggest simps out there. Man. They're the simps of their country. Okay? See, yeah, Fishmouth Nathaniel wanted to try to call Chris Rock a sucker, pussy, for not fighting back. What was he supposed to do? He was invited to do a job, entertain the whole world en masse. That was his job, to tell a joke. He riffed on everybody else that was there present at the Oscars, all the actors and actresses and directors and all the bullshit out there. See, I lost my fire a long time ago when I saw that no matter what I was saying, no matter what I said, didn't change. It got worse. Okay? It got worse. The image of black men in this country has gotten worse. And the nigger bitches that the black nigger bitches, it's not making it any easier. Okay? See, I have my passport right here. I'm holding it in my hand. And I can't wait until either after the tax season. I cannot wait. Get the fuck up out of here. Head on out to Portugal. I'm looking forward to it. Because I don't know what to say after what happened last night. What could go? What else could go wrong? What else? How worse can it be for Black Americans now? How? I mean, you tell me. You're defending the honor of a woman that don't respect you, man. She wants to leave. Trust me, I see it in her. I see it in women's eye. Look, I've dated women who were with their husbands and wanted to leave their husbands. I've dated women that never want to be married again, never want to wash another man's drawers again. This is what we've come to in this country. The women do not necessarily respect the men in their country. They don't. There is no mutual respect. We got to respect. It's all respect one way. We got to respect the women. The women do not have to respect the men. They don't. You go over there to Kazakhstan, you go over there to Portugal, you go over to Japan, you go over the coast, to go down to Costa Rica. You're going to get a hell of a respect. These women in this country do not respect you. Okay? Especially the older they get, the more empowered they get. They divorce their husbands with their children, and then, their old children, they get divorced, and then, I mean, it's ridiculous. It's crazy out there. To be honest with you, I wouldn't even date none of these women anymore. Look, hell, earlier this year, I had my simp moment. That's what happens when you spend an inordinate amount of time in this country. And you don't leave, you don't travel, you don't expand your mind, you don't get that therapy you need. You don't get out of here, you don't leave this country, you're going to be fucked up. This country will fuck up a black man's image in a minute. You go overseas, you get mad respect, man. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you, brothers, get the fuck out of here. I'm not going to get monetized for it. I don't give a fuck. Well, that's all I got. I got to get back to work. Well, listen, fellas, I want to leave you with this. I don't ever want y'all to follow that example with Will Smith. This man is going through some things. He needs therapy. He needs to work out some of his issues. He needs to leave that way. But he's not going to do it because women always file first. But then again, I cannot make that call. Like I said, I don't speak on another person's marriage, another man's marriage. I'll tell you what I would do. A woman shows me up and embarrass me like that, gotta go. Sorry, gotta go. Well, listen, let me get on out of here, all right? This is Talking Crazy 88, and oh yeah, let me go ahead and shout out Dub B Tree, man. And what's up, player? It's good to see you back, man. It's good to be back, even if it's for a little while, man. Well, listen, let me get on out of here, all right? I'll talk to you fellas later. Hopefully, I'll come up with some more podcasts after the tax season, all right? If I'm not too busy. Well, listen, this is Talking Crazy 88. And I am out of here. And black folks, let's be careful out there and leave these American women alone. Player, I'm out.